reports about hacking, SOC support, staff log, monitoring, just the underlying software. What is it that you're looking to solve as you're working with security providers and particularly managed security providers?
I mean, clearly it spans the spectrum, right? So, I mean, if I think about, an Accenture, for instance, sure, they've got their managed services and the like, sort of comes with a little bit of a reputation of being a bit pricey, but, that could be an option. But where I'd looked at Accenture and where I've used them in the past, so last couple of years I did a fairly large assignment with them for about 6 to 7 months, where it was actually leveraging their network transformation skill set. So you go to Accenture because, or similar to Accenture, because they're known as large-scale integrators or large-scale transformation sort of organizations. And so when I was looking at it from the perspective and the lens of, okay, we're going to do a large-scale transformation of a global network, and I'll tie security to it. And so, I need an organization that understands networks to be able to understand how to think about transforming the sort of security along that sort of perspective. Another organization might be more of a Booz Allen or even candidly a McKinsey or something like that, which is a little unusual, but I tend to use those organizations, and maybe an EY or something, for strategy type work. They're recognized by the board. They're good for doing sort of snapshot sort of work. Where are you point in time? Have you improved point in time? So it's sort of benchmarking, that sort of thing.
And you're talking about security strategy or broad-based IT strategy.
A bit of both. I mean, to be fair, probably security from my perspective, but clearly, those players tend to play broader than that. Yeah.
Yes.
And they'd probably be non-traditional. I mean, McKinsey is somebody I've only used in the last couple of years, and I was quite impressed with them. But their security practice is pretty new. With James Kaplan and those guys out in New York, but they did a good job. And I used them specifically because I wanted to really identify, in this context with the board, that it was a, strategy-orientated benchmark and roadmap as opposed to, something that was a little bit more audit-like, sort of point-in-time NIST sort of benchmark, if you will, which I'd probably go to an EY or a Pricewaterhouse or pick your firm, and then there's the assessment stuff. Sorry. Yep.
So, the folks that you're naming are, definitely the ones that would go after the, kind of enterprise type customers, which based on your bio, that's kind of been where you've been living between Molina and McKesson and others. What about the mid-market? Would you think these guys, the Accentures, Booz, McKinsey, EY, would be
EY and
the
Price.
right players for the mid-market?
EY, Pricewaterhouse, Deloitte's. When you say mid-market, what, less than $1 billion, $500 million?
Yeah, I mean, 1 to 5,000 employees, which would probably put you in the $1 to $5 billion range.
Yeah, and then I think on the security side, it's going to be the Mandiant. Although this will scale to enterprise as well. The Mandiants, the FireEyes, the SecurityWorks, the CSCs, the let me think.
And CSC is now like DXC or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
they've come up in other conversations.
Yeah, they're pretty pragmatic, very sort of almost gadget or. Oh, I tell you who you use. God, I'm being dense. Optiv.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I use them now. I'd use them in my prior life, and they all span middle market as well. And I call them gadget consultants. So they're the consultants that not necessarily assessments, although you might. They